everyone, welcome back to Earl Grey Books. I am Ellie and I'm here to start the vlog for week 2 of the India courts. So, first of all, we're sitting on the floor. We have a Fletchy who is taking up 75% of the couch, and I just couldn't work a way to film this without moving him, and I don't want to move him because he looks real comfy. And now he's just gonna stare intently at the bottom of the screen. But yes, it is Monday today. I have a little bit to talk to you about because I thought in my head that I was doing the vlog until Sunday for last week, and I actually did it until Friday, but I didn't realize until today, so that was a mess. I hope some of that made some kind of sense. And yes, let me tell you about the things that I read over the weekend. Okay. Ugh. This is a little difficult because I have very badly hurt my elbow. I don't know how, but it really hurts to like straighten my arm out at the moment. So yes, fun times. But let's start with Kindle stuff. So I finished up the last 40% of Hands Down by Mariana Zapata, and I will talk about that more in a vlog that I am doing for a separate project, but I just wanted to mention that I did count that last 40% to the readathon because I did read it during July and it is indie. And then last night I finished Ducat and Dyer, finally. I loved it, it was so much fun, and yeah, I really had a good time reading it. It's definitely not the sort of usual thing that I read. I'm not really a funny book kind of person. I don't mind a good bit of banter in like romance, but I don't really read books because people say they're funny. I tend to go the other way and go for like the more depressing routes. That's very much more me as a person. So yeah, definitely outside of my comfort zone. I also don't really read sci-fi that often, and some of it definitely went over my head, but I had a lot of fun reading it. So I read that one, and then I also this morning finished An Ant Comes to Rise. So this took me, I think, almost an entire week, but I did have fun reading this one as well. This is more in my comfort zone. This is a fantasy. I can't really decide if it's YA or like a fantasy romance yet because it was there's a romance, but it was pretty slow burn, and I don't know whether that will develop into smuttiness in later books or whether it will just be like a fade to black YA sort of thing. But yeah, I really like this. It was a pretty standard fantasy, I would say, in terms of plot, but I really liked the characters, and it was fun to read, and it was nice, and it was a slow read, but it was a nice kind of slow read, if that makes sense. But yes, read that one. Oh, okay, I literally just whacked myself in the face so hard with that book that I feel like I have possibly just cut myself. Cool. That is definitely what I needed this week, was a sore nose, side cheek, on top of everything. Love that for me. Okay. As for this week and the reading plans, you look very adorable. Eh? You're my little independent kitty. Hey? Yeah. I'm just saying, you don't see any of the narwhals or the Dark Knights bringing in their mascots to their videos, do you? Just saying. Step up your game. Okay. So next, for this week, I have been working on Quiver and Quill. I'm now 60% of the way through, so I've read about 30%. No, I haven't. What am I talking about? I've read about 20%. I was on about 40% at the end of last week, so I read 20% today, and I'm still taking this pretty slow. I'm pretty sure if I just sat down and read it, I could read the entire thing in like an hour, but for whatever reason, I've been taking it slow. So yes. I also switched out some things on my KU that I've finished. So I also got The Best Thing, which is also by Mariana Zapata, and I have not started that one yet. And then I also got The Sword of Kagan, which is one that I'm meant to be buddy reading with Mel and have not started. And I think it's like 800 pages, so I should probably do that. But I may read a little bit of that today, but Quiver and Quill is sort of my main goal for today. Alongside, I have a couple here that I think are going to be my priorities for this week. So I'm hoping I can finish maybe 2 books from my Kindle, so maybe Quiver and Quill and something else alongside reading Sword of Kagan. And then I have these 3 physical ones. So I'm also going to start 40 Love today. This is by Olivia Dade. This is the second book in this series. I read Teach Me last week. So yes, this is, I'm going to start this now, and I will probably alternate between this and Quiver and Quill today, and hopefully finish one of them, if not both. And then I don't know when in the week I'm going to read these 2, but I have The Sea Witch, which is I think it's the next one in the, pretty sure it's book 5 in the Wicked Villain series by Katie Robert. I read book 4, The Beast, last week again, and I'm trying to finish this series. There's just these last 2 books, so I'm hoping to finish this one at some point this week and maybe the next one next week, and then I can read the 4th Katie Robert, okay, bye, that I have on. You're gonna be able to see him. Oh, no you can't. He's gonna go eat. Yeah, I hope I can read the last Katie Robert that I have on my TBR in the 4th week. There we go, Katie Robert a week. And then I also have Savage Lands, which I talked about last week, and so I just want to read a couple of things in between this and An Air Comes to Rise, because they're both like a favy human set world sort of thing. So I don't want to read them back to back, but I do want to read this one this week. So I think I will try and finish maybe 2 or 3 books in between reading that one and getting to this one. And I'm very excited for this. Becca from Becca and the Books just talked about the sequel in her vlog. I don't even, it's just like a normal reading vlog, I think, or maybe it was the end of whatever-a-thon. Anyway, she talked about the sequel in that one, and I was like, ooh, I really want to get to the first one now. So yeah, there we go. That's the plan. I am now gonna sit back up. I just made myself a cuppa, as you can probably guess, because I'm filming, and thus I need a cup of tea afterwards. And yes, cool, I'm gonna go and read. Hello. Okay, so it's actually Thursday today. I honestly I filmed quite a bit yesterday of other videos, and when it came to the end and I'd filmed all that stuff and it was like, okay, well now I can vlog, I was like, you know what, I don't want to. I want to just shut off the camera. I want to put on my cozy clothes and I just want to sit there and just not be on camera. So instead we're filming today, and then yes, I may update you tomorrow. I guess. Oh, I don't know. This might be a really short vlog because I don't have that much to tell you about. But here we go. Okay, so I finished Quivering Quill on Monday night? Yes. I realized that in all of the clips in which I've talked about this book, I never mentioned that it's told in second person. So as in like, you are doing this, you said this, and I mean, I'm sure I've read a book like that before, but nothing immediately comes to mind. And it was definitely an interesting experience. On the whole, I loved the book, and it's not that I didn't like the second person. It was just different. And honestly, after a while, I didn't even really notice. Like, it just sort of was like, yeah, totally, that's totally normal. And yeah, I really enjoyed this, and I already have downloaded the little mini novella. Spoiler alert. And it was free on Kindle for 2 days, so I grabbed it. They're all on Kindle Unlimited, but like, I might as well grab them while they're free so that I can read them and keep them. Though honestly, I may end up buying myself paperbacks of these because I have no self-control. So I haven't started reading that one yet though. And then I really haven't done that much reading. Tuesday I was pretty much out all day, and yes, did a little bit of reading, but honestly not really. And then yesterday I did spend most of my day, what did I do? I did other things, and then I did read an indie book, and I'll talk about that in a different video. But I did read a tiny bit of 40 Love. I'm now 72 pages in. This one's taking me longer than Teach Me because I just haven't really had the time or the focus to be reading this week. And like, I thought my focus was bad last week, but the problem is that last week, because I was feeling unwell, I didn't do a lot of other stuff, which means that now this week I have all this stuff that I need to do to like keep on top of things, so like different blogging stuff and just other, you know, like things around the house, like washing and Fletchy's playing in the background. Anyway, and all that kind of stuff, which means that I have all this other stuff to do, so I'm doing that, and then I'm tired and I don't really have the focus to read because I'm like, I should be doing all this other stuff. And yes, so I did that, read a tiny bit of that. I don't know, I again have quite a bit of stuff that I want to do today, but some of it is stuff where it's like, okay, well, like the washing, once I put it in the washing machine I can be doing other things. I do have some videos. He's going absolutely wild back there. Yeah, I have some videos to edit and film and some posts to do and things like that. But I'm sure somewhere I can hopefully sneak in a bit of reading. I don't know if I'll finish this today because I'm not super feeling it. Like, I'm enjoying it, but I'm not super in the mood for it. So maybe I'll read a little bit more. And then I did start, as you briefly saw, the sort of Kagan. I read 3%, which is the first chapter. I read 3% of this last year for India Chords and then never picked it up again. Now I'm kind of worried that I'm going to do the exact same thing. And I don't know whether I'm going to push forward. Yeah. So I know a lot of people love this, but I don't know if I am one of those people who enjoys like 800-page fantasy books. I'm worried that it's just not really gonna grab me. I don't know, because the first chapter is interesting enough and I just feel like I just need to push on, but I'm also kind of scared and worried about it. And then I was just kind of looking through my shelves and being like, okay, well, what else could I be reading? Because I had Savage Lands and Sea Witch, but I'm not really feeling either of those at the moment. I remembered that I had these two from Kelly Sinclair, which is books 3 and 4 in this series. And this is the first book in this series is Lana's favorite. She's put it as a host favorite. And I know that she said that you can read later books in the series for host favorites and count them. So I'm feeling like maybe I'll read Fantasy of Fire as the host favorite and maybe not read The Sword of Kagan after all. I feel like I will read it one day, but I think pushing myself to get through it in the rest of the month might not be a good idea. And then I could return it and grab something else from Kindle Unlimited that I could read. But we'll see. I think I may start Fantasy of Fire today because these are also pretty quick reads. And yeah, it's just a nice short fantasy that isn't too intense. And hopefully then I can sort of... These are both pretty light, and then I might move on to Sea Witch, which is obviously going to be quite intense. I'm also keeping in mind that I did plan to do this whole one Katie Robert a week thing, and I'm coming to the end of this week and I haven't read my Katie Robert, and I don't know that I want to read 2 per week next week or the week after. So I think I'm going to try and read a bit of this today, give myself, I don't know, just get into it. Maybe I'll finish it, but I'll start Sea Witch as well so that I've got some lighter things that I can kind of take a break with. Even though I'm sure Sea Witch will take me like maybe 2 hours to read all up. So that's it for today's update, and I will... look, if I read a few things, I will come back tomorrow and update you on those. And yes, we'll see. Okay, I will catch you all tomorrow. I will just pop on and hopefully I've read some things, but if not, just to quickly end the vlog for the week. And I will see you all then. Okay. It is now Saturday. I ended up staying a little later at work last night, so by the time I got home it was too dark to film, but we're ending this vlog. I'm bending at an awkward angle because Percy is sitting down here. Let's see if he'll let me show him. There he is. Hello. Say hi. Okay, and now he's gonna leave. I'm sorry. Or not. But hey, we started the vlog with a Fletch. We're ending it with a purse. I think that's a pretty good vlog. So I did finish something by the end of yesterday, even though it wasn't what I was anticipating. But I read Grinch and Guile by A.M. Core, which is the 1.5 novella in the, this is not the book I'm talking about, in the Tenebra City series. I don't really know how to pronounce that. But yes, this is just a little novella. It's a little like Christmas novella. It's like the Grinch is the monster. And I didn't enjoy this as much as Quiver and Quill, but I'm just not a huge novella fan to begin with. I prefer long form stories where you can kind of get to know the characters a little more and things like that. But I did still really enjoy this. Yeah, also wasn't as keen on J.R. Inch, which is the character, as I was on Gideon, who is the Mothman from book 1. He's much more like nerdy mythology professor, and J.R. Inch is like notorious mobster, and I'm more into the nerdy type. So yeah, not my favorite, but I did still really enjoy it, and it was a nice little thing to kind of end off the week. And yeah, that's basically what I read. I didn't read any of the other things that I said I was going to, but that's fun. It's the end of the week, it's Saturday now, and I'm about to start my vlog for week 3, and yes. So, with that being said, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all next time.